Has politics left you feeling tense or even arguing with friends and family? Hi, I'm Tanya, a licensed psychotherapist and educator. In this educational video, we'll explore how dopamine influences emotions like anger, frustration, and belief activation within our brain's reward system. This video is purely for educational purposes, aimed at helping you understand these dynamics better to manage emotions and strengthen relationships. Let's dive in.
Emotions shape our thoughts, behaviors, and interactions with the world. From joy to fear, emotions color our experiences and influence decisions. Recent scientific advancements delve into the biological underpinnings of emotions. We are unraveling the neural networks and chemical messengers orchestrating emotions. Understanding emotions has profound implications for our well-being. Dopamine, the feel-good chemical, is key in the brain's reward system. It drives motivation, pleasure, and reinforcement learning. Released during pleasurable experiences like eating, achieving goals, or social validation, dopamine creates satisfaction and reinforces rewarding behaviors. Imagine biting into chocolate cake. Dopamine makes you enjoy it more. This motivates you to take another bite. This pathway encourages behaviors enhancing well-being. It's also crucial for learning and motivation. Dopamine reinforces actions leading to positive outcomes, essential for learning skills, forming habits, and adapting. Anger and frustration are primal emotions deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. These emotions arise when our goals are thwarted or our sense of security is threatened. They serve important evolutionary functions, acting as powerful motivators, propelling us to overcome obstacles and protect ourselves. The amygdala processes emotional stimuli, triggering the fight-or-flight response. The hippocampus provides context and emotional weight to our experiences. The prefrontal cortex regulates these raw emotional responses. While often associated with pleasure and reward, dopamine plays a surprising role in the experience of anger and frustration. Studies have shown that when we encounter obstacles or experience setbacks, there is a surge of dopamine in the brain. This surge is not necessarily indicative of pleasure, but rather reflects the brain's heightened state of arousal and its drive to overcome the challenge at hand. In essence, anger and frustration, fueled by dopamine, can create a powerful feedback loop. When we experience frustration, our brain releases dopamine, motivating us to take action. If our efforts are unsuccessful, the frustration intensifies, leading to a further surge in dopamine, and the cycle continues. This cycle can trap individuals in patterns of negative thinking, aggression, and addictive behaviors as they seek to alleviate the discomfort of frustration through actions that trigger dopamine release. Understanding the role of dopamine in this cycle is crucial for breaking free from these patterns. By becoming aware of the triggers that activate our dopamine system in the context of anger and frustration, we can begin to interrupt these automatic responses and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Section 5. Beliefs, dopamine, and the us versus them mentality. Our beliefs, values, and perceptions play a powerful role in shaping our emotional responses, including anger and frustration. These beliefs are often deeply rooted in our personal experiences, cultural background, and social environment. When our deeply held beliefs are challenged, or when we perceive threats to our values or identity, the brain's reward system can be activated in unexpected ways. This activation can lead to heightened emotional responses, making us more defensive and less open to alternative viewpoints. Studies have shown that dopamine is released not only in response to rewards and pleasurable experiences, but also when our beliefs are confirmed or strengthened. This release of dopamine creates a sense of satisfaction and validation, reinforcing our existing beliefs. This phenomenon, known as belief confirmation bias, helps explain why people tend to gravitate towards information that aligns with their existing beliefs and avoid information that challenges those beliefs. It creates an echo chamber effect, where we are constantly exposed to viewpoints that mirror our own. When we encounter information that supports our worldview, it triggers a surge of dopamine, reinforcing our sense of certainty and righteousness. This can make us feel more confident in our beliefs, even if they are not based on factual evidence. This dopamine-driven reinforcement of beliefs has profound implications for understanding intergroup conflict and prejudice. It can lead to a polarized society where different groups are unable to find common ground. The in-group versus out-group mentality, a deeply ingrained human tendency to favor one's own group over others, can be amplified by the brain's reward system. This mentality can create strong bonds within the group, but also foster hostility towards those outside the group. When we encounter information or individuals that reinforce our in-group biases, it triggers dopamine release, strengthening our sense of belonging and superiority. This can lead to a cycle of reinforcement where our biases become more entrenched over time. This can lead to prejudice, discrimination, and even aggression towards out-group members. Understanding the role of dopamine in reinforcing our beliefs and biases is crucial for addressing these issues and promoting a more inclusive and empathetic society. Section 6. Empathy, a higher road paved in the brain. In contrast to the primal emotions of anger and frustration, empathy represents a more evolved capacity for understanding and sharing the emotional experiences of others. This ability to step into someone else's shoes and feel what they are feeling is a cornerstone of human social interaction and connection. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering compassion, cooperation, and pro-social behavior. It is the glue that holds communities together, enabling us to build strong, supportive relationships and work together towards common goals. Neurologically, empathy involves a complex interplay of brain regions, including the mirror neuron system, the insula, and the prefrontal cortex. These regions work together to create a network that allows us to perceive and respond to the emotions of others. Mirror neurons, first discovered in monkeys, fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing that same action. This discovery has provided significant insights into how we understand and relate to others. This mirroring mechanism allows us to understand the intentions and emotions of others by simulating their experiences within our own brains. It is as if we are internally replicating their actions and feelings, giving us a direct sense of their emotional state. The insula, located deep within the brain, plays a crucial role in processing our own bodily sensations and emotions. It acts as a bridge between our physical and emotional experiences, helping us to be aware of our internal states. It is also involved in experiencing empathy by allowing us to map the emotional states of others onto our own internal experiences. This mapping process helps us to feel what others are feeling, creating a shared emotional experience. When we see someone in pain, for example, the insula helps us to feel a sense of shared suffering, motivating us to offer comfort or assistance. This shared experience of pain can drive us to take action to alleviate the suffering of others. The prefrontal cortex, with its capacity for higher-order thinking and perspective-taking, allows us to regulate our emotional responses and engage in more complex forms of empathy, such as cognitive empathy, which involves understanding another person's perspective, even if we do not share their emotional experience. This ability to see things from another's point of view is crucial for effective communication and conflict resolution, enabling us to navigate social interactions with greater understanding and sensitivity. Section 7. EMDR and meditation, retraining the reward system. While our brains are wired with ancient mechanisms that drive primal emotions like anger and frustration, they are also remarkably adaptable. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and rewire itself throughout life, offers hope for transforming our relationship with these emotions and cultivating greater empathy. Evidence-based practices like eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, and mindfulness meditation have shown promise in modulating the brain's reward system and promoting emotional regulation. EMDR, originally developed to treat trauma, involves bilateral stimulation, such as eye movements or tapping, while recalling distressing memories. This process is thought to help the brain reprocess traumatic memories and reduce their emotional intensity. Mindfulness meditation, on the other hand, involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Regular meditation practice has been shown to increase activity in the prefrontal cortex, strengthening the brain's executive functions and enhancing emotional regulation. By cultivating present moment awareness, Meditation helps us to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them, allowing for greater choice in how we respond to challenging situations. Section 8. Cultivating Empathy Real-World Applications. The cultivation of empathy has far-reaching implications for individuals, communities, and society as a whole. By understanding the neurological underpinnings of empathy and engaging in practices that foster this capacity, we can create a more compassionate and just world. In interpersonal relationships, empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, build stronger bonds, and resolve conflicts more effectively. When we can understand and share the emotional experiences of our loved ones, we are better equipped to offer support, forgiveness, and unconditional love. In the workplace, empathy fosters collaboration, creativity, and productivity. When leaders and colleagues can understand and respond to each other's needs and perspectives, it creates a more positive and supportive work environment. On a societal level, empathy is essential for addressing social injustices and promoting equality. When we can understand and empathize with the experiences of those who are different from ourselves, we are more likely to challenge prejudice, discrimination, and systemic oppression. Section 9. Finding Balance, Dopamine, Empathy, and the Mindful Path. In this chapter, we delve into the intricate interplay between our brain chemistry, our emotional experiences, and the practices that can help us find equilibrium in our lives. The human experience is a complex tapestry woven from a multitude of emotions, both primal and evolved. These emotions are the threads that connect us to our deepest selves and to each other, creating a rich and varied landscape of human interaction. While emotions like anger and frustration serve important functions, allowing us to navigate challenges and protect ourselves from threats, they are often misunderstood. These emotions can act as signals, alerting us to underlying issues that need our attention. However, when left unchecked, they can also lead to suffering, conflict, and disconnection. The key lies in recognizing these emotions for what they are and addressing them in a healthy, constructive manner. By understanding the role of dopamine in the brain's reward system, we can gain valuable insights into the mechanisms that drive these primal emotions. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in how we experience pleasure and motivation. With this knowledge, we can develop strategies for regulating our responses. Techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, and other therapeutic practices can help us manage our dopamine levels and, by extension, our emotional states. Mindfulness practices like EMDR and meditation offer powerful tools for retraining our brains, enhancing emotional regulation, and cultivating greater empathy. These practices help us to slow down, observe our thoughts and feelings, and respond with greater awareness and intention. The path to emotional well-being lies not in suppressing or denying our emotions, but in cultivating a mindful awareness of our inner landscape. This involves being present with our emotions, understanding their origins, and learning to navigate them with compassion and wisdom. By learning to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, we create space for greater choice in how we respond to the world around us. This space allows us to act from a place of calm and clarity rather than reactivity. In this space of awareness, we can begin to shift from reactivity to responsiveness, from judgment to compassion. This shift is not always easy, but it is profoundly transformative, allowing us to engage with life in a more meaningful and connected way. In this space of awareness, we can begin to shift from reactivity to responsiveness, from judgment to compassion, and from isolation to connection. This transformation is at the heart of the mindful path, guiding us toward a more empathetic and connected existence, and from isolation to connection. As we learn to connect more deeply with ourselves, we also open the door to deeper connections with others. This interconnectedness is a fundamental aspect of our humanity. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery and transformation, we unlock the potential for greater empathy, compassion, and connection, not only with ourselves, but also with all beings. This journey is a lifelong process, one that requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to grow. We unlock the potential for greater empathy, compassion, and connection, not only with ourselves, but also with all beings. This mindful path offers a way to navigate the complexities of human emotions with grace, wisdom, and a deep understanding of our shared humanity. This mindful path offers a way to navigate the complexities of human emotions with grace, wisdom, and a deep understanding of our shared humanity. It is a path that invites us to embrace our full range of emotions, to learn from them, and to grow into more compassionate and connected individuals.